My name is Anthony Oakes.
And I am Patrice DeVoe. And this is the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice.
Create a space where we could, discuss Black content creators and providers and consumers of Black content. Produce our own film, on our own starring on a film, because it's about Black content. That's what we want.
Welcome to the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice.
I was trying to give dark skin and
But you gotta do. You gotta do. Yo, you did. You was giving on his though. That was my episode too. No shade.
Iconic. Oh my God, Anthony, how you doing, baby? How does it feel to be in the Hall of Fame?
Girl, I'm tired. I am tired, boots for real. Like I am tired. We came right back and did a show at the Draft House, and then I had to come straight to work.
Listen, I would have called out on the bones. I'm telling you, straight up, if I had a 9 to 5, they would have got called out. Listen, I know I'm on a final written warning, but listen, I ain't coming. Monday, bruh, let me tell you, I left the Draft House and I had to pull over probably 45 minutes away from my house to go to sleep. I'm like, I was blinking too long. You know how you blink too long? That was almost sleep. That was almost a nap. So like 45 minutes away from my house, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop at this rest stop. I'm gonna get about a cool 15, 20. I was at that rest stop. Exit 121 for 2 hours.
Shut up.
I kid you not. I woke up refreshed though. I was like, all right, let's get to the King's Dominion sign. Because everybody from Richmond know if you coming from north, once you see that King's Dominion sign, you're like, oh, I'm home. I'm home.
But Atlanta, we had fun though. We had fun. We have pictures. You can go check out our social media. I was gonna upload the pictures on here, but I didn't have time to do it. But we did. The weather, I felt like the weather was good one day, and then it just all went downhill. From it was supposed to be 77 or something, and it really got up to like 65, which is not the same thing.
Yeah, definitely feeling like 55 with the wind chill factor. But we made it work. We were hot. That was the thing. That was the only thing keeping it steamy. We were.
But yeah, we had a show at the Draft House on Sunday. That was amazing. With the squad, bringing the squad.
We can never do it without the squad. Hey, turnip seeds.
Hey.
Turn up seeds is what I need. That's what it needed. Turn up seeds. You don't know how the turnip seeds turn up until you really get a chance to pick it with them.
I like how y'all was
busy weekend, y'all. Busy.
Jet setting. I mean, that's what happens when you become a Hall of Famer. You are Hoff.
I love just being a part of the entourage, honey. I just was happy to be part of the entourage.
Y'all was out there, and then y'all came back. I saw it in your faces when we started. When we was at the Draft House. I was like, "This is that." You do that Sunday show. That's that extra show, so you get that real burn in your eyes. After being up all night from celebrating how the weekend went and the good shows went. People don't realize that's like that's our work time. So when y'all came and was ready for the show, I was like, it was we did well, but I know y'all was beat. So hey,
I was.
hey,
He,
beautiful faces today. When Patrice said I'm home, I was like, thank goodness.
It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, I left the draft house at what, 10?
we tried to end on time. We did it on time. We did it.
Shout out to Rashawn Goss-White, who's on here right now. She took some amazing pictures. You know what I mean? Listen, our show was great. We ended up having the legendary Tony Roberts. No, I'm just joking. Tony Woods. Because I'm just messing with y'all because y'all called me Patrice O'Neal. And I was like, oh, really? You mistaken me for one of the greatest comedians to ever walk the earth? I can deal with that. I'm Patrice O'Neal. I'm Patrice O'Neal tonight. I'm Patrice O'Neal. Indeed.
You are one of the greatest comedians to walk the earth. Your 4-month pregnant ass.
Yes, we had Tony Woods end up closing out the show for us, and that was such a great surprise. It was so much fun. Hey, Wood, I can't deal with you. Like, you really came to me in the green room and was like, hey, Tony Woods is here. We're going to think about putting him up. You want to still go last or you want to put him up last? Let me think about it. Dave Chappelle's favorite comedian. No, he needs to go after me. He needs to go after Patrice.
That's all Tony though. That Tony, he was like, no, I go through 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, okay. Put me in there.
He was hilarious. Oh my God.
Hilarious.
He was in rare form.
I got roasted by Tony Woods, so my life is going down. So.
And then Valerie Gray and Algiers Diamond. I mean, that
hilarious.
Show Sunday night. M. Lewis rocked the house. I mean, it was.
Don't he always? I ain't never seen M. Lewis not come and stop the pavement. Like,
wow.
Yo, he was not playing though. He was, but he always does a great job. M. Lewis always brings and Algiers killed, Violet killed.
Yes,
it was
Violet,
great show.
We had fun with our 30 people in the house tonight, and thank you.
What's sold out? Okay,
it's a social distance sellout. Hey, that's a social distance sellout.
I was leading people into the theater like it was the Underground Railroad. I was I don't know who let him in the first door, but I definitely let him through the velvet rope. I was like, come on.
but she was like, hey, it's the door. We good.
I swear I thought he said, go ahead and start letting them in. I said, okay, Pete.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Pete at the draft house. Show. So I see that we have everybody's backstage. We have the amazing Jaye Toller on. We have the amazing Jermaine. He is backstage. I can see him. So we're gonna bring him up. We have
not Jermaine Cole, Jermaine Fowler. Listen, I'll take a Jermaine at this point. I'll take a Jermaine Fowler or Cole at this point.
Who? Somebody said Jermaine Cole was backstage. What?
That's J. Cole.
on my way down.
What a fun it was.
You know that we here at Black Think Tank, we love blackity, black. So with that being said, we love our Black businesses. And this is a little segment that we like to call Black Business Shout Out.
Black Business Shout Out. Black Business Shout Out. Hey. Welcome to the Black Business Shout Out with Tracy Turnipseed. Support your Black businesses.
Yeah. I'm real excited about this guy. He runs his own tech company right out of Nairobi, Kenya. His name is Robert Kamanyari. I've known Robert for years. I'm usually calling him the Kenyan because he's Kenyan. But anyway, there he is. Look at him. Oh.
The boy got his own money.
Now his company is called Touch Inspiration. You can find him at touchinspiration.com. And I believe, Anthony, you have a small clip to play, perhaps?
No, that clip did not come through.
It was straight from Africa.
Maybe that's why it went down low.
Yeah, so I'll put we'll put the clip in the chat, but we'll also put the rest of his information. I didn't write down his Gmail or his WhatsApp ad, but
Touch Inspiration.
No, Touch Inspiration is his main website, but he also has an email and he also has a WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I don't have this, whatever this thing is, but he has that. So you talk with, I don't know, any fees or whatever happens when you don't use that WhatsApp app.
You can hit Touch Inspiration up on WhatsApp, and then you can talk to Robert that way.
There you go.
He is there for all your tech support needs.
There you go. I need tech support apparently because I have no idea what it is. But at any rate, we'll put that down in the chat. But again, you can find him at touchinspiration.com. Basically, what he does is he'll help you build your business using different forms of technology. What you want to do, web-based things, whether you want to have an app created for your business, just call him, contact him. His pricing is straightforward, so you can understand even before you really get in depth to exactly what you'll be paying. Again, he's located in Nairobi, Kenya. Maybe we can get him on the show for Black Text. Yeah.
He really helps you with your whole web presence, your whole digital presence. So as you build your business, he helps you showcase that business through those digital formats. Touchinspiration.com.
Touchinspiration.com.
I love
He just showed his ass Robert, so I think the Kenyan is watching.
And you done called him the Kenyan and fucked up his intro.
You're gonna help me. Y'all better tweet to one another. I love the way y'all listen.
He stole my entire segment, but that's fine. That's fine.
Well, that's okay. You'll have a chance to steal his segment because, like I said, we are all things Black. And we just got out of Black History Month. Oh, look at that Black love, kissy, kissy. But we celebrate Black History here 365 days a year. And we also celebrate it every Tuesday with our own Uncle Historian.
Black history, Black history. You have to know where you're from to know where you're going. Uncle Historian, Haywood.
I didn't mean to have my back.
We back on the air, honey. We back on the air. Hey, everyone. So welcome back. Today I want to talk about so we ended Black History Month with the Black think tank at the Audience Cinema Draft House, and March 1st began Women's History Month. And today also we have a special guest on the show. I wanted to highlight Ruth E. Carter. Ruth E. Carter is only the second costume designer ever and the first African-American costume designer ever to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She actually, in 2019, Carter became the first Black woman to win the costume designer Oscar for her work on what? Black Panther. So, yes, Wakanda Forever. This is the woman. She has done work with Spike Lee. She's worked with Eddie Murphy. She designed the costumes for Coming to America, the original, for Coming to America, the sequel. For Harlem Nights, for Do the Right Thing, for what's the other movie?
The Wiz?
No, not The Wiz. She don't go there.
The Wiz? Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you. That was I'm
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Daddy Daycare. Miss Meteor Man. Yeah. So when we remember the Golden Lords and the Baby Lords, that comes out of Ruth Carter's brain. And then also, like we said, Coming to America, Do the Right Thing. I mean, it is just so much the wealth of design. Look at that. That's Dolomite. That's Dolomite. Look at, I mean, that's. And she also has a clothing line that you can find at H&M in the DC area. So really, her Instagram, I'm gonna drop it in. Check her Instagram out and check out Ruth Carter. And this is the beauty of when we do films, right? We find out Black films, and when we look at movies like Coming to America, look at how many other people get put on. Look how many other people, like you have like Ernest Dickinson, who is like a great cinematographer and videographer. And then you have like when Mo Better Blues, from the soundtrack, I forget the musician's name. I'm rambling right now, but I'm saying that to say you have a wealth of stuff of entertainment and a wealth of knowledge that comes up out of our community. And when our community is given time to shine, look at the richness that it produces. It creates not only Zamunda, but Wakanda, and it shows us Malcolm X in Harlem, and it shows us how to do the right thing in Brooklyn. And it also shows us a world like Meteor Man, which is another superhero film that Robert Townsend, a person who has directed and produced his own films, and brought that to the screen, excuse me. And then when you have these films, also when you look at the cast of these films and the people that you get to work with, it's just so amazing that, you know, we get to see this kind of stuff and appreciate this stuff, but also that whatever talents we have, we get to share with one another. So like we always say at this time, we want to give out people our flowers when they're due. So shouts out to Ricardo and what she does. Please look her up, check her out, and do your thing. As we always like to say, keep doing our thing. And as everybody who does their thing, put their right hand in the air and say like you just don't care. Ashe. Really, all people, man. Let it happen.
You know, it's so funny. When I was probably 9 years old, our church convention, you know, my parents are ministers, everybody knows that. Our church convention was downtown. It normally coincided with the Black Theater Arts Festival. And one time I met Antonio Fargas in an elevator. I was in my pajamas coming up from one of my friends' room, and my mama came and got me. And she was like, oh, and she was talking about, because I didn't know who Huggy Bear was or anything like that. But then when I saw I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, I was like, oh my God, that's the man that I
Yeah. I mean, when she put the fish tank in the shoe, that was a thing, but the way she rocked, the way they rocked that was hilarious and based on truth, and it was so colorful. Because remember, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, they were all like black superheroes, right?
That's one of my favorite movies of all times. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, one of my favorite movies. So ahead of its time. So
yeah. You get, what was it, Hammer, Slammer, and Slade came from that.
After you, she started plucking off all her body parts. If that ain't 2021,
look, y'all, we have come to the time. We have come to the time.
Hold on, Anthony. I don't mean to cut you off because I know we have a very special guest, but there's just one thing that I did not get a chance to tell the people, and that is we so appreciate your viewership. And as you know, this is a donation-based platform. So if you would be so kind as to take a little bit of the change. I mean, we appreciate with jingles, but we like the kind that folds. Hashtag the Black Think Tank. That's all. I just wanted to let y'all know we still taking money. That's it. Thank you. Sean, Tate, Holly Logan, everybody that's tuned in. But yes, we are still taking money. I know we didn't say it, so y'all might have thought that y'all didn't need to send us anything, but we definitely are still taking the shillings if you got them.
Yes, thank you for passing around the offering plate, Patrice, Sister Patrice. I appreciate that. Haywood, you have to introduce this next person who's coming on the show, because only you can give Jermaine his justice, his due. You can give him his due. Haywood, if you would please do the honor.
I'll tell the audience, like I told y'all, when I was starting out as a comedian, this guy was cool enough to let me hang out with him and really teach me some lessons on how this is a craft and an art form. And it has been amazing to watch him take this craft and this art form to the levels of which he has taken it and will continue to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Black Think Tank, one of my I like to say my big homies, my big brothers in comedy, from God Code, Friends of the People, Superior Donuts, Crashing, star of Judas and the Black Messiah, and playing Lavelle dropping this weekend and coming to America. Please welcome the Prince of Zamunda from Maryland, Hyattsville, Mr. Jermaine Fowler.
It's so bothering. Oh,
Hey, y'all.
no.
Oh man, you almost made me cry, man. I'm dead serious. Thank you. Oh man, thank you.
My G,
I miss you. I miss you so
Me
much.
on the show. Congratulations. Of course. Congratulations is an order, of course.
Thank you. He knows why I'm crying because I love him so
Look, black men cry.
Listen, this is a safe space, Jermaine.
Yes, black men
Hey,
cry.
that's the homie, yo. Give it up for the Prince, everybody. Seriously, that's I'm feeling you.
That's so beautiful. Are you kidding me right now?
We don't get to do this. This is what Black Thing Tech is.
I thought he was joking just now. That is so cold. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's cold. I love it.
We've been through it, man. We've been through it, and to see this man, become this man. Oh my God, to become this man, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
He was a little baby.
There is one, and all praise is due to the Most High, yo.
Thank you.
I get to see it.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. No, this is so so refreshing.
I get to see
Beautiful.
it.
It's beautiful. No apologies.
I know since I first started, and he brought me home. Even he would give me literature, give me incense and sage. I didn't know what that shit was. I didn't know what any of it was. And I was a kid. I had no idea. And I'm 32 now, and I use it. I still read the books he recommended to me. I stayed in the house all the time. I had no idea what it was until I got older, and I really appreciate it. So he taught me a lot, man, just about spirituality, and I love him to death, man. Thank you, Hayden.
So blessed. Namaste. Like that's just so cool.
Y'all got my eyeliner running and everything.
I swear, I just wasn't expecting it. I thought you were joking because I didn't know, Jermaine, that you did stand up. For Haywood told me that you are a stand up comedian first and foremost, and he was like, "This is my OG," and I'm like, "Isn't he younger than you?" He was like, "Yeah, but this is my comedy. This is my OG."
It's funny. Yeah, when he said, I love him to death, man. He's always been just so positive and just the best person to have in a room. Because his laugh is just like the best laugh ever.
In history.
Ever.
So I'll tell you, right? So I was just starting. I was going through a change in my life, right? Mm-hmm. And stand-up comedy was a place that I thought that I could come and figure out. It's one of the things I always wanted to do, and I always wanted to try. And I remember when I was starting out, some Martin was a guy named the old man Martin. I forget his goddamn last name. He was like, "You should meet Jermaine," and it just so happened I met Jermaine at Wiseacres. The brother from out there from St. Charles, the old Republican. You know the fuck I'm talking. Then we just started. He lived nearby, so we would ride to shows together. And for comics to ride to shows together, everybody on the panel understands it's that's a moment where you get to really pick somebody's brain and understand how you're putting something, what you're doing, and how you might be doing it, and what you're giving to people. And Jermaine at 18, was it 17, 18? He was already giving his heart on the stage, and I was just like, this is okay. Let me listen, Sensei, because like they say, when the master is ready, when the student is ready, the master will appear. So he told me, and this dude is sitting in the passenger seat of the car, right? I'm riding the whip, I'm driving, I'm a grown man thinking I'm about my business, and he was like, "Yeah, we get them laughs tonight, nigga." So he was like, "You know why? It's a craft." He said, "This is a craft," and then he hit me with the "I do this all day." So when I saw like, okay, when I mean he do this all day, like we would bump into each other at some point. And then you see this cat writing all the time in his book of rhymes, right? So this is that Wu-Tang shit. So now I got somebody that I can talk to about darts and art and get that same information back. So the love that he's giving me back, when he stepped out there, and I remember one of the first times he stepped out there, we joked about it, but like he opened up for Patrice O'Neal in Pittsburgh. And he went out there on a prayer. And when I say on a prayer, when I mean God is real, I mean, I can sit here and big him up all day, but his story is the man went out there and was like, I don't know where I'm gonna sleep tonight, but I'm gonna go out here and make these people laugh. And he went out there and opened up and made people laugh in Pittsburgh, in New York. And then I'm watching him on Geico. And then I'm turning on TV and my mom was like, yo, this kid is, I was like, I know this nigga.
Oh my God, that is so cold. That's so cold. That's so cold.
I've like been through so much together, and like on top of that, to hear, I don't know, man, just to hear you talk about, you know, the beginnings of all this, it just brought back so many really like just memories that I miss and I cherish and I'll never forget. And it's one of those things where like a lot of people in this business, they forget where they come from and they lose themselves and all the crap that comes with it. And those aren't the people who last long at all. You know, it never lasts long. And I've watched my predecessors and the people before me. I've just learned a lot from them, and I'll continue to make my own mistakes and grow from them, and just reevaluate, come back, and get better. And like it isn't without people like Haywood to just, you know, in the beginning to guide me. I didn't really have a lot of like people.
No, this is everything, Jermaine. This is everything.
Is for you, yo.
Because people don't understand you get to the top, but the journey, it's the journey to get there that really matters, that really means something. Those people on your way that changed you when they didn't know that they were watching history, when they didn't know that this person was gonna skyrocket and be a superstar. Those people in the valleys with you. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
It's true. So like I tell people every day how much I love you and Herbie and Tony and Rory Aparna and Kojo and like Jason and Keaton. Everybody
X-Men Academy. So when I say this, this is an X-Men Academy that I feel like I'm going to. So 2007, 2008 was when I'm getting to start comedy. So I'm watching Jermaine Fowler, but I'm also watching Kojo Monte. I'm also watching Tim Miller. I'm also watching Herbie Gill, Pardo Nachalera, Rory Scovel, Seton Smith,
Ryan Connor.
I mean Hampton Young. So Michael. I mean this. When I say X-Men Academy, I know at the time I'm like, wait a minute, I am looking at something. You know, Justin Slagle, like in 98 Rock right now. You know what I mean? It is like when you look at stuff, you just look at what DC, what this area, what I kind of walked into, and I saw this. I was like, these people are like all they need, and then the platform they started just jumping.
Yeah. It wasn't the scene that it is now. Before, you know,
there was nothing.
Grimy, like
these little bitty places and he grinding.
Yeah. And you would
doing Billy Karate, which is his character.
That's crazy because
Jermaine, I have a quick question. Tell me about when did you know, what was the turning point when you knew my life has changed forever?
Right when I started this. 17. That's when I knew like it was over. Like I'm not gonna do anything else in my life. I don't want to do anything else in my life, and nothing else makes sense to me. I dropped out of community college.
We go plan B because plan A, we're gonna make plan A work. That's right.
Didn't make sense to me. Also, like this is the only thing I've ever been good at. I couldn't hold the job. I had the longest I've ever held the job was probably a year, maybe less. And this is the longest I've ever I've done anything in my life. I care about it so much. So 17 was when I knew things were gonna. And he'll tell you, like, I knew this would happen one day. It's just that I didn't know along the way I would, meet awesome people like him, lose awesome people who I miss. And so that's why I get like this, because, it's hard in the beginning. It's really hard. It's difficult. And it's not an easy thing to pursue. It's a very lonely thing. There was this Will Smith quote. Let me see that Will Smith quote where he said, chasing your dreams is lonely. It's a lonely thing. Only you can do it. And it's real, because there were people who I started off with and from high school and wanted to, like, thought we'd be, comedy duos and like, you niggas are nowhere to be seen. And I'd be so mad. I was the loneliest kid in the scene. Like, I didn't know, like, unless it was Keith the Samson or Matt Stover.
Right.
That was it. I didn't really have anyone else I can lean on. So it was just a bunch of these, like, these comics straight out of college or in college who were just older than me, that were gods to me. Like, every single one of them that really looked out for me. They drove me home when I had nowhere to go. One night, I think Aparna or Seaton and Haywood drove me home, and everyone had the same question: "You live here?" It was the worst.
Where did y'all pull up to? He was like, "Listen, let me tell you, I'm very, very poor." Tell me you didn't love me when you thought I was a goat herder. It was when you told me you didn't love me when you thought I was a goat herder. Those are my beginnings, man. I lived in West Hyattsville with my grandmother, and it was and this is how full circle life is. At my grandma's house, my grandma would have this wig and a karate uniform.
A wig and a karate uniform.
Wait, you're not gonna just gloss past that.
Was it like a Bruce Lee?
My grandma was a superhero, I guess. I don't know.
A karate uniform.
They weren't. She didn't use them together. Like, my grandma, she learned karate, and she had a wig, so they were at the same time. So I borrowed them one day, and I made this character. This is like way before YouTube was really blowing up. Like Donald and like the Unforgivable dude was in the woods talking about waffle fries. Like, this.
I just saw that guy.
Yeah. That
for him. I just saw that guy.
That stuff is like those were the funniest things to me. So I was like, all right, and MySpace was big, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna make a YouTube. I'm gonna make a sketch character, and I made one. And his name was Billy Karate, and spelled Krotty. And I lived in the hood, and basically what Billy Karate did, he just taught the inner city youth how to rob people better using karate. That's all he did. That was the character. And I put on MySpace, and like 15 years later, like, I'm developing this, this for Billy Karate for Adult Swim, and it was on Friends of the People for True TV. And it's only because, like, I don't know, like, I just never forget where I come from, and like I just thank Haywood for like continuing to believe in me when no one else would, and like when it could have been easy for him to be like, he just, but he did it. And I'll always. That's why when he said, "Hey, you wanna join, the show," I was like, "Hell yeah, do the show." So it was the easiest yes I've ever said yes to.
God.
That was all like, I'm sorry to hit you up like this, Prince.
You can literally.
Listen, I know you got your own money. I know the boy got his own money now, but listen.
I don't know how else to do this. I don't have your people's info.
Nah.
But if you like, nigga, yeah, I was like, oh man.
Dude, nah, it's like only like 5-7 people can make that call that Haywood. I don't forget, and Haywood definitely. Yeah, man, that's my guy. I love Haywood.
So let's tell a little bit more of your story, right? So now we're on your journey, and now you break into the television realm, and you break into Superior Donuts, and you're working with Judd Hirsch and Cedric the Entertainer, and before that you do a pilot with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like along the way, there are these legends that are like these. You tell me what they are to you, because I'm like, look at these Godstones his brothers getting. Like, you learned the comedy with Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
Like,
the funny thing is, I'm very introspective. So like when these things happen, like I know they're for a reason, and like the universe is just, it works the way it works, right? Working with Whoopi, let's start there. Working with Whoopi was, you know, let's go back. Like even before Whoopi, I got passed at the comic strip in New York, Upper East Side, and two men named Bob Wax and Richie Tienkin passed me, and they saw potential in me and decided to manage me. Richie and Bob both passed away. Richie passed away a couple of days ago. Rest in peace, Richie.
I saw that.
They used to manage Eddie and Arsenio, Eddie Griffin. Like, you know, these guys were legends, man. And they opened the best comedy club, one of the best comedy clubs in New York. If you kill there, you can have the best album. Like, it's the best club. The acoustics, it's the best club. So they passed me there, and it was just like one of those things. Like, that was the first time I was like, wow, life is so weird and full circle. Eddie's my idol, and now I get to work with these folks at this club. Then you got Whoopi. I grew up watching everything Whoopi's ever done. Admire Whoopi on every level.
Agreed.
Well, I got into stand up to become an actor, right? I love stand up, but like I knew I wanted to act, and I knew I just couldn't act in Maryland. Like, I just can't act. You know, The Wire got canceled. Like, it's over. So,
The Wire got canceled.
There's nothing else to do. And so I was like, well, maybe if I can get good at stand up, I can get noticed, and maybe they'll put me in some movies like Eddie and Martin and Mike and Epps and Whoopi and Robin and, you know, my favorites, right? And Dave. So like that's why I did it. And then, you know, I'm doing a pilot with Whoopi, and she's the coolest ever. Like, just so owns a room, can own a room, owns
She's a Scorpio.
everything.
I just want to throw that out there. Whoopi's a Scorpio.
Are you as well?
Yes.
She commands and demands so much respect, and it's effortless. She walks in the room, is Whoopi. She's gonna. So for her to be humble enough to want to work with me meant a lot. And then we did an interview recently on Interview Magazine where we got to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful interview, man.
It was great. They asked me to who you want to be interviewed with. You know, you got this for that for. I'm like, Whoopi. That is the only person that I care about, right? Like, is Whoopi, because I just
you can make that call. Look at you, G.
I love
that's
it.
funny. And because a lot of people get like when they get in this position, they're like, oh man, I don't want to talk to, you know. I'm like, why would you want to talk to anyone who didn't help you get to where you got to? You know, like that's a better conversation to me. It's just a deeper conversation. Hey, remember when we like, like that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear.
Remember when that promoter ain't have our money? They was like, we ain't do what we thought we was gonna do at the door.
It's just a better conversation to have, you know. So I just want to have. There's just so many things. I'm just in that vibe right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I want to talk backwards, you know. Revisit things and be introspective and look in and reevaluate, and that's Whoopi made so much sense, and she will always make sense in any you know. I love her so much. And then you got after that Boots put me in my first movie.
Boots. I mean, you hit with Boots, right? I mean, this is Boots Riley, one of the members of the Coup, who is he's a film right now. He's a screenwriter and director, and Jermaine was in Sorry to Bother You, which has one of the greatest clips, which is circulating the internet. Anytime somebody say who's Jermaine Fowler, I pull that up and I go, that's Jermaine Fowler.
You're smelling good, brother. Like, I see your tailored suit. I love that's one of my favorite.
I hope you have a better year, brother.
Thank you. Like every time they make a GIF or a meme out of that scene, I text Lakeith like, "We did it again, baby!" Like it's great, man. We shot that scene, so like it was just we had a good time doing that, man. And we thank Boots for giving us that space to let us improvise and just trust us with sort of the verbiage and the comedic, timing of it. Like, and Stephen Yeun and like Danny Glover, their reactions to it, they made the scene. Like the lines are great, but Stephen's reaction and like Danny Glover's reactions are the perfect reaction. I'm like, you can't do that without the reaction. Love them. Yeah.
Listen, we definitely gonna take a break at this moment because there's a segment that we do, Anthony. In the midst of all this hilarity, we're gonna bring a little bit more funny into it.
Yes. So what we're gonna do, right quick. I think are we frozen? Let's see what's going on here.
I see you, Mama.
So we normally have a segment. It's called 3 Black Minutes, where we bring in comedians from all over to talk about the subject that we're talking about tonight. And we have an amazing comedian here this evening. And give me 1 second so we can start this segment.
Welcome to 3 Black Minutes, where comedians from all over have 3 black minutes to talk about tonight's topics. Comedians have 3 black minutes to be funny, or we have 3 black minutes to roast them. Tonight's comedian is Jaye Toller. 3 black minutes. Black time matters.
Hey.
Yo, what up? Man, I almost sent y'all a message saying I don't even know if I want to say anything after the segment that we just left out of, man. Look, real talk, man. It touched my heart so much just to see brother love another brother. Like to me, that is so dope, man. It's so encouraging and it's so inspiring to people. You're in a public face, not afraid to say I love you, brother. Like to me, that is so incredibly dope. I didn't want to ruin the moment because I'm going to talk about the stuff that I don't love. Because the topic was black movies, comedy, and comedians and actors, and here's the deal. Like I love all my black actors. I love all my black comedians. I don't like Hollywood. I got a problem with Hollywood and how Hollywood treats some black actors. What I'm going to talk about particularly is people with superpowers. So I'm glad a lot of that was already talked about. Like I'm a fan of Meteor Man. Shout out to Robert Townsend because he did it right. I'm a fan of Blank Man. They did it right. I'm not a fan of Hancock. With Will Smith, when that came out in 2008 and everybody went to the movies, I went to the movies and everybody's like, oh my God, Will is such a great actor. This was such a great movie. Not me. I hated it. I hate from beginning to the opening scene is a black superhero cursing out a little white kid. That's the opening scene. He's cursing. I'm like, so this is what y'all do to the black superhero? The opening scene, the Will Smith, this guy. The opening scene is him cursing out, being drunk on a bench, cursing out a white kid. I already hated it. Movie goes on. He's superpowered. Nobody can touch him. He's cursing out everybody. His superpowers, he's using them all wrong. Then what happens? A black dude, black superhero. A white man convinces him to go to jail. How? How, bro? How? Nobody can touch him, hurt him. You can't do nothing. Somehow, brother ends up in jail, and by choice. This white man is portrayed to be so powerful in this movie that he convinces the superhero to go in jail and stay there. Nah, fam. Nah, I don't like how Hollywood did it. And then his weakness, it wasn't kryptonite. Superman had kryptonite. Batman, he ain't got no real powers. Just take away his belt and his gadgets. But then his I'm about to say Blank Man. Hancock, yeah, keep me straight. I've been drinking a little bit. Hancock, his weakness was a white girl. Who was his wife? It was his wife. You telling me he can't even love? If he loves her, he's weak. That's what that movie portrayed to me. She had to be with a white dude for Will Smith to maintain his powers. I hate that movie, and I hate that Hollywood. I hate that Hollywood does stuff like that. That's why I'm like Meteor Man. What's the name? The dude who caught the bullet in the tooth.
The Last Dragon.
Who?
The Last Dragon.
Yeah, right. Last Dragon. That's my man. He had superpowers. No white man had to teach him how to use his powers. That was just innate. I like that. I didn't like I know I had 3 minutes. I was about to say something else I didn't like, but I guess I'll yield my time because I'm about to talk about the Black Power Rangers. I don't like the Black Power Rangers. I'll say that y'all can find out all the history about the Black Power Ranger.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Man, since we're on the subject of superheroes, Jay, I love how you're dressed like a dad who couldn't afford the rest of like the
hoodie and the hat myself. I was gonna wait, but I just listen.
I'm just styling on him right now. That's all.
Is that what you think?
I'm out here setting black superhero trends right now. Like I'm about to be a father for the first time. This is what's happening.
Y'all seen the Hood birthday party videos of like costumes and them twerking?
With the twerking
Yeah.
But yes, Jaye, congratulations. You are on your way to having a little baby boy. You and your wife, Michelle, who I love.
Congratulations, man.
Y'all have a baby coming up, and I just need you to pick a hat or a hoodie. One of the two, for you be confusing this young man. I don't need him to be out in the world thinking anything about that is okay.
Wait till you see the trend, and you can be like, "Oh, Jaye was on to something." Yep. I'm out here changing. I'm changing history.
Jaye,
like a green rough rider.
Find you.
What you say?
That's it. You're like a green rough rider.
You look like Eve from Rough Rider. Don't do that.
Really? Oh, that's how this is going?
I love it.
What, John? What?
It's love, bro. It's love.
No, yo, I love it, man. You from Maryland too, Jaye?
Richmond, Virginia.
From VA?
804.
I got family out of Richmond, man.
Word.
Yeah, man. It's nice to meet you, homie.
Likewise. Congratulations on all the success, bro.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I love the segment. I felt everything you said about Hancock and Blank Man. The Hancock one, I've always felt that way about Hancock.
Yeah.
They did him dirty, man. They did him dirty.
They made the white woman the black man's kryptonite, and I was like, that's OJ.
I mean, hey, Will was in a different place in his career.
But that's
I was really upset about the jail thing.
If you get too close to white women, you're gonna lose your powers. That's black man. That was definitely a message in there for you.
That's Lamar Odom.
You want to be alone or you want to be
Lamar Odom.
Right. Before you get out of here, tell us where the people can find you, what projects you have coming up. We want to know.
Oh, word. Okay. Well, it's kind of late for my calendar. Every year I do a calendar. I don't know if you see that behind me. I write a whole bunch of original puns, but I got a trademark Pumphley calendar. You can just go to my website, jayetoler.com, JAYETOLER.com. Same name on all social media. So love it if you send me a friend request or a follow on all social media, Jaye Toler. Simple as that.
Off the pad, right? Off the pad is on Sundays, right?
And my podcast is on the same calendar. Yeah, my podcast. Good job. Thank you. I appreciate your help in my promoting. I don't like this. I don't do all this promotional stuff. But yeah, I also run a podcast. We actually have a live show that comes on every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live until we can get back on stage, because we used to tour with it when we could be on stages that often, but now we do it on Facebook Live for free. So when we were touring, you had to pay. But now that it's on Facebook, we're giving it to you for free. So you're welcome. But it's me and my buddy, and it's a hilarious podcast called Off the Pad. You can just Google Off the Pad, you'll get the stuff.
With Corey Marshall. I was one of the original moderators before I got banned from that particular comedy club.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. But we rock with you.
So much.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? No.
Perhaps off air.
No, you can talk about whatever. You can talk about whatever. I'm good.
Go ahead with it, Jay.
Listen, are you really a real comedian if you ain't been banned from somewhere?
That's, I love hearing
I-
comedian band stories. I love those stories. I'm sorry.
Listen.
That was tough though, Patrice. I think people say that so they can feel better about their experiences in their past. I don't know. I've never been banned from anywhere.
I've been banned.
And I think that I'm still a real comedian.
Jermaine,
I've been banned.
It's an elite group to be in.
Wait, the reason why I got banned is because I was asking about pay. That's why. There was no joke. I was like, hey, I'm missing a couple dollars.
This Negro got the nerve to be asking about money. Oh my God. Get him on stage. Get him out here.
As long as you weren't teaching other comics how to rob the comic manager, like I'm glad for that. Like I appreciate your show. That's a dope idea. As long as you ain't practicing that in real life.
I'm gonna tell you about why I got banned off air, Jermaine.
All right, I want to know because I've heard.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody watching want to know.
I would love to know. I don't want to pry, but you tell me because
it was worth it. Let me say that. If I don't say nothing else on air, it was worth
it. It better be worth it. Look, if I'm not gonna be invited back, it better be all the way.
Wait, can you say which club?
I add some more to it.
Can you say which club? Just which club it was?
Oh, sure. The Funny Bone.
Which one? Richmond? VA?
Yeah.
Short Pump. Hey, Jason, if you're watching.
Oh man, she go hard. What up, Jason?
I'm so excited to hear the story, man.
The views of the Black Think Tank are not or Jaye Toller. Don't represent him.
Duveau actually represents the Duveau, does not represent those of the Black Think Tank. Although the Black Think Tank does ride with Patrice Duveau.
I love it.
Can we start a petition to get her back in the phone? I'm gonna start it tonight, for real. Like I'll do it. I don't care.
If you vote for Black Think Tank when we roll into town, you vote for Patrice Duveau. It really is that simple. I mean, you don't get no one without the other. So, so check this out. So, because we gotta ask, I do have to ask this question. So now we touched upon what you have had worked on. I mean, like you were on Geico. Marcus Brown is watching. Marcus Brown is out there. He was talking about Drag Race. I mean, like we've been seeing you do these different things, but then you get the call, right? You get the call I read up on how you got the call, but I don't know if you want to explain to us. You get the call to audition. I mean, you're familiar with Miles Murphy. I mean, and then like through happenstance, through serendipity, you get the call to read with Craig Brewer and then through all of this you become Zamunda. You know what I mean? That's you on Essence, my nigga. That's you.
Yeah, man.
That's you, man.
Damn. Yeah. It's man. All right. So I got my agent manager sent me an appointment to go audition for Coming to America, and my first reaction was, they're doing a sequel? And I was like, okay, cool. So I got the sides, but I didn't like them. Not that I didn't like them, I just felt like I wanted to make it more me, so I erased some things and added some jokes here and there and left room for improvisation, right? And that's how I've been doing a lot of my auditions recently, is just having fun, So I went in. I didn't expect to see Craig Brewer in the room. I saw him in the room, and he's so dope, dude. And I didn't even know that. Like I was like, "That is the dude that directed Black Snake Moan and Hustle and Flow," and he's that down to earth. Whoa! Didn't expect it. Also thought he'd be black too. I ain't gonna lie. But when I heard he was from Memphis, I was like, it makes sense.
Oh yeah,
it makes sense. And we had like a long conversation that was unintended about food, about barbecue. I'm not joking. It was like he's from Memphis, so we talked about the cuisine over there, and I'm DC, so talked about the food over there, and I'm like, and then we had a long convo, and I left, and I forgot while I was there, and then the audition, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I walk back in, and I do the actual audition, and it went well. I didn't think that I would get it because why? And I left. I thought maybe if I didn't get it, I'd do something with Craig in the future because it was a good audition. So I left, and I think a day passed or whatever, and my agent said, "Hey, they want to do a callback with you," and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, okay, cool, damn." And the callbacks are way more nerve-wracking than the actual audition. Does that make sense? Because
it does.
Because it's like, I don't know what
what did I do?
I do the thing I don't know what the fuck I did.
One step closer to the table read. Like
that's annoying though, because I'm like, just hire me. Just hire me.
How much can I talk about barbecue?
Do I gotta do the barbecue thing again? And so they got me the sides, and again I saw the sides and they had this thing. I was like, the callback was going to be with the director and the producers and I think some of the writers. And I was like, all right, do I do the same thing I did in the original audition and possibly disrespect them by taking liberties with the sides? Mm-hmm. And I said, fuck it.
If I would go down and listen, I would go out in flames. I would do it.
That's the stand-up. That's the stand-up. That's the stand-up in this. I'm a self-sabotager. I am a known self-sabotager. There have been times when late night bookers will come to shows, and I just hate dancing for them. Like I hate it. And I bombed shows on purpose because I don't like them.
Self-sabotage is my love language. What are you talking about?
I don't like it. The audacity to tell me the joke I've been doing for years to do this way is just not cool. So I don't like it. So I was like, man, screw it, man. I'm gonna do my stand-up thing. And I kind of just waltzed in there with that vibe. Excuse me, get my charger. Hold on. Hold on. Real quick. Phone. There we go. All right, cool. Laptop about to. God damn it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
It's all good. Talking about barbecue and DC, I was like, dang, some mambo sauce on some ribs sound like it would be real good right now.
Yeah.
Some mambo sauce on ribs? Ooh.
Yeah.
No worries.
So long story short, I walked into the callback, and the producers were very dope. Every single one of them were very dope. And I'm practicing my lines in my head, and I get in there. Craig's in there. I thought it'd be a bigger room, and I was like, yes, it's a small room. Dope. And Craig said, all right, Jermaine, don't think of this as an audition. Think of it as a workshop. And he said, we're going to just do some scenes, and if we don't like them or we want to work on some things, we'll take it back. Like a scene, like we're doing the movie, and I'm like, damn. I don't like, as good as that sounds, like you prepare a scene, 2 scenes for weeks to get to this point, and when someone tells you, hey, an audition, hey, the thing you prepared for weeks, we got to work it, do it this way. It throws you off a little bit. It could throw you off. And I'm not a seasoned audition actor. Like I don't necessarily do auditions well. I don't know who does. I don't like my auditions. I think they all suck, right? So when he told me that, I'm like, I'm a bomb. This is gonna be it. I'm done.
This is the person saying this who's in one of the biggest movies that's gonna be of 2021. I love the fact that he's saying this. Listen, I'm terrible in auditions, and
it's true.
Coming to America too.
I'm very.
And he bombs on purpose. He bombs on purpose. He likes getting banned. These are nuts. He enjoys getting banned. He bombs on purpose.
Yeah.
He hates
Fowler is my spirit animal. I'm like, oh.
But what's dope is that was what Prince Lavelle would be like.
So that's the thing. And that's why I got Sorry to Bother You. It's weird. Because Boots said in one of our press runs, Jermaine's audition was so weird. And that's why I felt he was right for the role. And he was right. And the reason why the audition was so weird was because my girlfriend was pregnant with our first kid at the time, and she had to pee. And so she's reading the other lines while I'm doing the lines on camera. So she's reading them really fast and really bad, and I'm doing mine okay. And I guess the rhythm was weird because Megan had to take a piss. And so I guess Boots saw that and was like, "There's something about this weird ass audition that just makes sense for the movie." I guess it made sense. So anyway, back to the callback. I did the first scene, and Craig said, "All right, next scene," and I was like, "Damn, what happened to that workshop thing? This was the workshop, you know?" And then it kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm like, he hates me. He doesn't want to see me anymore. He wants to get this over with because I suck. So I did the next scene and messed the lineup immediately. I was like, let me do it again. So I did the scene again, and I finished the scene and was like, huh. And Craig stood up and said, Jermaine, great job. I want to say it's very seldom that an actor gives you everything that you want on the first take. And
wow.
Yeah. And
I went, one take germ.
I was getting my Jay-Z on, I guess. Like
one take Tony.
It was wild, but I didn't want to ruin the moment, so I just threw my lavalier mic off, and I got probably almost out of the door of the building before I just started to cry, man. Because again, 13 years of doing this, and to hear at that time the biggest director I've ever worked with, telling me I did a good job, like that, everything. And all I want to do is act. Like that's all I ever wanted to do was act. So that felt really good. So fast forward, I think a day later, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I know y'all gotta go. Are you good? Okay. I got a call from Boots Riley. Boots said, hey Jermaine, I hope you're all right, but I heard you might have some good news coming your way about coming to America.
Oh yeah.
I said, I just said, how do you know Boots? And he said, he's not my manager, by the way, or my agent. He don't. So
I heard it through the grapevine, baby.
He heard it. Boots said he was at the All Black Film Festival in Miami, and all the producers from Coming to America and Paramount were down there talking about my, just me. And I was like, whoa. And to get that call from Boots was so full circle because he put me in my first film, man.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I found out I got the movie.
Man, that is so cool. That is so cool. Right, yo, big up.
It's so iconic. And the thing that's so funny about it, Germ, is you weren't even alive when this movie came out.
You would be the age of Lavelle right now.
So did you see that clip? You see that clip of Eddie?
We were just talking about that, and he said that they actually waited for you to be born to do this movie. Eddie Murphy said they waited until you were born to do part 2.
He said, so Nas, I don't know if you saw it, Jaye, but like me, Nas, and Eddie did an interview together, and that was crazy in itself. And Nas was like, hey, Jermaine, I saw you weren't even born when the movie came out yet, right? And I was like, I was probably a month old, and he's like, Eddie didn't know. Eddie said, is that true? And I was like, yeah, man, yeah. And I just like got all weird. And he said, well, that's what he was waiting for. 32-year sequel, waiting for Jermaine to be a man. It was just the craziest conversation. To be doing an interview with Nas and Eddie is crazy, but like to that, yeah, man, that was just nuts, man. So all this just means everything. And to talk to it with y'all and like with Haywood, like it's just nuts, man. It's nuts.
I mean, you are in the atmosphere, and I mean, I thank you for really talking to us. I mean, like I said, at that time when you were talking to me, you didn't have to talk to me about comedy. You know what I mean? You could have been like, yeah, whatever, man. This ride is cool. or this dude is weird. And you know, you and Will, y'all would be like, yo, man, like, all right, you know, you got something. Think about it like this, or bop, bop, bop. And then it was just the playing around when we were talking about other specials. Like at the time, Chappelle only had for what it's worth, hadn't even dropped yet.
For What It's Worth came out like I think when I was in high school, probably like 2007, I think.
Yeah, so that's like we were like literally talking about those specials at the time. Yeah. So we were just like dissecting comedy on a real basic level of open setup clothes. You know, walk around Fat Doctor and Eddie Bryan.
Fat Doctor, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He died.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. We'll talk offline. I didn't know you didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, rest in peace, Fat Doc. Man.
Yeah.
He's the one who taught me the comedy equation. Like he said he taught me everything. Like in the beginning, like my Uncle Sandra took me to my first comedy class in Fat Doctor at the old Jokes on Us. What's it called?
Yeah.
Is it called Jokes on Us?
Jokes on Us, yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Jokes on Us. In DC, and he had a class there, and he gave me this paper, and it said, simplification plus exaggeration equals comedy.
You may not know, Fat Doctor is legendary in the writing game. He wrote for Martin and do your research. Just do your damn research. Like
The Neighborhood, man. We gotta go.
No.
That mean cut? What the fuck that mean?
Oh no.
I saw
scene.
Eddie in
I was just putting his name up there.
Whose
just
white hand was
to have the thing on there. Look, you've made it, sir. I mean, we are in awe of you. We congratulate you. Anytime you start riding a horse, anytime you start riding a random horse, you know you have made it.
Oh my God.
Hey, hallelujah.
That was like, with the purple suit.
That was the first time I did was on a horse before. Look at that. Yeah, man.
Like, Jerm, what's next for you? Like, what's next, if anything that you can tell us about, what's next for you?
Personally, I'm enjoying quarantine with my 2 kids and my partner, watching them grow, just working on, self-evaluation and trying to just, be a better dad, that's it. And all that kind of informs my comedy and my writing. So boom. With that said, all the what up, Marcus? All that said, like all the projects I'm working on are kind of like they're all different and kind of like on the TV and film side. Like one project I want to do is just, kind of deals with the relationship between a father and his dad, because I don't think we have enough, like Jaye was saying, we don't get enough vulnerability in our and Black parenthood. Either it's a very like angry Black mom or
absentee father. It's just
and a dad who's like, you better go to work. It's all that. It's time to kind of like show different sides of it, because like that's what white people want to see. They want to. It's just funny. It's interesting because like there's this Basquiat interview about like people wanting Basquiat. They thought he had to struggle to be a better artist, and he was like, nah, man, I just like art, like they thought that because that in turn gives them power. Like without my struggle, I don't get you to be what you want to, what I mean? Like it's like
that's the same thing in comedy though, for real, Jerm. Like it's like you got to tell people how you slept in your car. That's the only way they're gonna respect you, if you slept in your car.
Let me guess, you slept in your car, didn't you? Nah, I didn't. The train, the bus, tell me something. Like no one, I didn't sleep in the car. But I don't get it sometimes, man. But like I just want to kind of just do I just want to do some character studies, and I love comedy, but like I want to kind of show my growth and like my range as an actor. That's why I did Judas and the Black Messiah, because I wanted to kind of get out of that box. I didn't want to just be the next Black comedy guy. I want to act, man. I want to just tell different stories people are afraid of. That's why I dyed my hair, because I wanted to kind of like, you don't see looks like this, on film. So I decided it was for a role. You know, I wanted to dive into a character and kind of just show, you know, just a different look, you know, that we've seen before. And hey, Nico. And all I saw was porn, and I was like, "Oh, all right, yeah."
Let me speak.
What you talking about? What you talking about, babe? What you talking about?
You know, the two kids on the other side of the door.
You better, hey, stop, girl. Yeah, but like, you know, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on, and I'm very happy about it. And put it this way, the things I want to talk about, the things I really want to just like, I want to play Little Richard, like I want to play Basquiat. Yeah, I want to play.
I can definitely see you as
all day.
I can definitely see you as oh, listen.
But I want to make it. I want to make it a good film, like Judas and the Black Messiah. Like Judas, if the movie wasn't about Fred Hampton or William O'Neill, it'd still be a great film. You know, like the issue with black like biopics is sometimes they come off very like made for TV movies sometimes, and it's like Cradle to the Grave. And I don't think we get enough time to breathe. Like let these stories breathe. And a lot of times we don't get to be seen as flawed. Like I love like I want to see flaws because that's who we all are. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see that. So I'm working on sort of those things, and you know I'm looking at my vision board right now, and seeing what I want to work on, and you know it's a lot, but I can't wait.
That's dope, man. That's dope, brother. I mean, like when I saw you in Judas and the Black Messiah, I was like, wait a minute. Let me take this back. I didn't know Jermaine was in there.
Well, it's funny showing like when a comedian sees that movie, their immediate reaction is to laugh when they first see it. I got an afro, I got the mustache. It's like Jermaine. But then when they see me, you know, the climax, they get real serious. Like, oh, like they didn't like.
It's undeniable, baby. I'm gonna tell you that. I ain't saying come next week, but
that's why I love Chris Tucker so much. Tucker did Friday. And then he did I think he did Money Talks but then he did Rush Hour. No, before that, I'm talking about Fifth Element. Like he did Fifth Element between all that stuff. Think about that. Like,
Dead Presidents. You got
Dead Presidents. All that stuff. So look at Chris. Like Chris could have stayed on the comment, but he did Dead Presidents and Fifth Element and Money Talks, and he just kept making people guess. And that's why I love Chris so much. Like that's why I love comics so much, because we can do that. Like we have the ability to do everything, like literally everything. So getting out of your comfort zone and like, that's why the pandemic, I think, is beneficial for us, because now my friends are like, all right, I can do a podcast now. All right, let me go write. All right, let me go write something, like write a movie. Let me go write a drama. Let me just really, I can't escape my feelings anymore by going on stage most of the time. So let me just, get them out a different way. So I've been really enjoying like the growth and like the renaissance that's going on right now, man. It's really cool to see. It's really cool.
Man, thank you for talking to us about all of this. And thank you right now for telling these black stories at a time when black stories are being told. Like you said, this is what white folks want to see, but you're telling these black stories and enriching us as a people. Like we get to go now to Zamunda. You go from Queens to Zamunda. Because for folks who don't know, as the story is being retold or told, there's more to the story being told. Jermaine is the son of Leslie Jones. Tracy Morgan is your uncle.
My uncle. Yeah. I don't know how much I can do.
Don't tell too much. Listen, we're not here for the spoiler alerts because we need y'all to tune. When is it dropping? Just let them know.
It's Friday.
This Friday,
March 5th. I forgot what days are. I don't know what today is.
There's a watch party on March 5th on Amazon, correct?
It should be. Yeah.
You don't know.
I think
it is. I just saw it.
I don't know.
Are you doing anything privately? Like, are you doing anything privately or going to anything privately?
Are y'all in LA? Any y'all in LA?
Not this week.
If y'all was, I would have invited y'all to the crib. We're doing a little thing at the house, so I wish y'all were here. If y'all want to roll, Haywood, fly out to LA, man. We're doing a little thing here, man.
Hey, I'm there, baby. I'm there. You know it.
Lunel is doing some.
Yes,
I might go there to see Big Nail. Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's a lot going on, but like, I also got to worry about my health.
There is still a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. I know we like to pretend like it's over. Mississippi's opening up all things. One other place is opening up all things. No, it's still a thing. The whole COVID thing. It's still 19. Yep,
the COVID thing. And that COVID thing is still going on, right?
It definitely is. So much respect to that. Jaye, anything you got coming up that you want to let us know about outside of what you already had?
Yeah, I'm actually recording my own stand-up comedy special that I intend to ship and sell to Netflix. I'm getting professionally produced in 2 months.
That's dope. Where you
it'll
shooting?
Probably be an empty stage, but
hey,
we're gonna make it look good, or at least we're gonna have a couple people scattered out because I can't do a sold out show with the pandemic going. I don't even want to do that to people, but I want to get this project
30 people
out.
is sold out in the pandemic. You can sell. Listen, right. 30 people is a sellout. Listen, you can tell everybody. Put it on the marquee. Sold out.
It's called "I Used to Date a Girl." I used to date a girl.
I got family out there, so if you give me a flyer, I can spread the word.
Word.
Yeah.
That's love.
You guys, you know
that Rich City.
Jermaine is really is a sweetheart. The last time I saw him, we were at a BYT.
That's involved.
See, I don't know any events, any names, but I went up to him. I was like, I'm just so proud of you. You did so well on the BET Awards. And he was like, no, I think you mean the Emmys.
Trace, she wanted to be the BET Awards.
I recognize it. Because I don't watch TV. I sit and I don't watch TV. If I'm watching it, it's because he's watching it.
That's what was wrong that night. We were watching the image. I was like, I swear, I promise you.
It was hilarious.
I said, no, it ain't. And then when they started going, I was like, nigga, that's Jermaine. I'm texting this nigga right now.
I can see an NAACP award and a BET award, but the image look
he done busted the image this year. God,
I love you, Tracy, because this is the vibe I got when you said I love you on the BET Awards, and I was like, oh no, that was the Emmys, and you go, yeah.
No.
When you represent the culture, when you represent the culture, it becomes BET Awards.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter what it is.
That's like you know, like black people, like whatever the brand is, like we don't care. Like it's Vaseline. Like, it could be petroleum jelly for it's all Vaseline. Like,
you know what I mean? How funny that is to me.
Yeah. So that's BET. BET is Emmys, is Grammys, is everything. Yeah.
I recognized your voice first. I said, isn't that your friend Jermaine?
I think you mean the Emmys.
Sure.
Right. He's the biggest sweetheart. Like, none of this is fake and none of this is made up. He's truly one of the sweetest guys out there. I'm so proud of you. I've seen him. He was a little tiny guy when I first met him. He's so grown and a family and babies.
You're a man.
Yeah, man. I'm still the same height. I'm standing up right now, like. God, man, where y'all find these damn photos, man?
Yo, I work for the Black People FBI. I go through all accounts. Let me see. We're gonna talk about this.
I'm pulling them up, man. Oh, dude, this is all. It's probably my favorite interview I've done in the whole month I've been doing press for this film.
Stop! Are you kidding?
You don't get all right. So this is why. A lot of them corporate. They're very corporate. So like, you know, how do you? I don't want to just. I appreciate all the interviews I've done. It's just that it's very seldom I get to talk to a person I literally grew up in comedy, number one, from my hometown, and comedians, I feel chill. Like I feel chill. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like that's a good feeling to feel like. I feel at my best when I can be around the folks that that I trust. And nothing wrong with the interviews I did before, but like y'all are open books too. Like hearing about Patrice getting banned from the clubs, and there's no ego at all, and there's a lot of ego in interviews. Like people get real pretentious. They're like they want to let you know how what type of school they went to by the questions they ask. There are a lot of confusing questions people ask us, and I'm like, just ask the question. It's a comedy. You ain't gotta make it all like we did it. You went to school, like all right, like it's annoying sometimes, but I appreciate it. But it's like I just want to just talk. Like I just want to have a real conversation. And this is a real conversation. I love it.
Salute the Black Think Tank for this kind of atmosphere, this environment, and people can just be real and just chill. So salute to you guys, man. Appreciate you.
Man, and even the people commenting Black FBI, like all that. That's
part of the atmosphere.
Our supporters are like none other. When I tell you they rock with us from beginning to end, it's like a shout out to everybody that's still tuned in. I know we are hour and 20 minutes in. I really would not like to end this. If it was up to me, this would be a Jerry Lewis telethon round. We'll be on here all night. We'll be on here all night if it was up to me. But I know we got to get out of here. Haywood, was there anything that you wanted to tell the people where you're going to be, what's coming up for you, what's going on?
As always, I mean, for me, this has been really just a fun show and a cool show to do. And, we always do these kind of shows before our break. So thank you, Jermaine, for coming on and talking to us. I appreciate you. I love you. I love Black Think Tank. I love the audience. Thank you guys for being here. If you really do like me, though, and you ain't following me on Instagram or Twitter, you can do that right now at Woody Seed. That's cool. And then check out HaywoodTurnSeedJr.com. I know Black Think Tank will be out on March 11th out in Vegas, rocking out. Unfortunately, the Turnip Seeds can't make that trip, but support Black Think Tank. Black Think Tank will be out there rocking out, doing the thing and holding it down because we're rolling and we're getting ready to roll and we got some cool but on March 11th, if you don't, go to Vegas and you can see me online somewhere because I'm doing a comedy show.
Well, as usual, I'm doing my MJ Herbal Infusions, but I'd also like to say something real quick about my massage therapy business. I'm open right now, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Orange Wellness in Barracks Row across in Capitol Hill. If you guys, I feel like massage should stay affordable. I just want you guys to know it's safer to come to my office than me to come to your house, and you're going to pay double. But
okay,
because I get paid hourly. So please don't think I'm trying to rob anyone. In fact, even with doubling my prices, a lot of times, well, I'm just better, but also I'm still a little bit less expensive than my competitors. Okay. Yeah. So please understand, I clean my office in between. If you want to pay upwards into $300 for an appointment, that's fine as well. I don't mind coming by your house. There's certain precautions. Just hit me up on my Gmail or on my business email, Tracy@myorangewellness.com. Continue wearing your masks. Get the shot if that's what you're going to do. Don't get it if you're not. Wash your hands. And I'm here for you, whether you want MJ Herbal Infusions or My Orange Wellness. Hit me up.
Right. All right.
Listen, you want them both. I'm telling you, you want them both. If you get them underscores and then get your massage, oh baby.
I like how Tracy's beefing with other massage therapists too. Like West Coast.
Look, y'all, make sure also one of our other sponsors, make sure Patrice is this is her testimony right here.
Can I give her my testimony before we get out of here? Because listen, go ahead. Wait, go ahead. You gonna drop something or you just want me to get into it?
Go into your testimony, Gary.
Listen here. Let me tell you, if you are not familiar with the Flunky Concierge Service, when you have more responsibility than time, the Flunky Concierge Service is all that you need. When I tell you everything that I needed, from earring backs in Atlanta to there is no job too small for the Flunky Concierge Service. Listen, you need somebody to roll your blunts, to get you some earring bags, wanted some errands to carry your bags for you. Listen, I was feeling like Kris Jenner. Sunday, you didn't tell me nothing, because the concierge service of the Flunky Concierge Service had me down, honey. Listen, I'm just saying, I can't make this up. I can't make this up.
If you need somebody to take you home after getting banned from a comedy club.
It's like an Uber service for band comedians.
When you flunk the comedy club, go to Flunky.
I'm telling you, for years we have heard, a flunky was a negative connotation. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's a flunky. That's, what I'm saying? Like, that was something you didn't want to be at one time. Trust me, Flunky is your guardian angel if it's the Flunky Concierge Service. I promise you. Kevin,
every week, go get them.
Listen.
Every week.
Listen, you don't even know how much you need them. You don't even know how much you need them until you've had them. I don't even know I wish he was here right now. I wish the Flunky was here right now.
When he wasn't working for those 2 weeks, I thought I was going to die. Haywood had to take over all his responsibilities.
I did. He has a lot of responsibility.
Like, I never felt more codependent in my life. Like, I can't live without this. I can't live without this. I shouldn't live without this.
You too can be like Kris Jenner. Call the Flunky.
Listen. Whatever you like. That's what it's giving. It's giving very much whatever you like.
Whatever you like. Yeah. That's true. March 5th, I'll be
there. Will the Flunky rob people for you? I don't know. I don't know if they'll do. I don't know.
It might. You gotta get offline. You might want to ask that offline.
You just intimidated yourself.
Probably a quote.
Don't ask that. Now you can't rob.
Patrice, what do you have going on? And then you're gonna go ahead and close us out.
Yes, we got to get out of here. So very quickly, this Thursday, 6335, we're on the South Side, Richmond, 804 Till I Ain't No More. We have She More Funny, the legendary women from Baltimore, Maryland, Ray Diva, D-Lo, Woo, comedian Woo Woo, Maria Sanchez. I'm hosting. We are going to, it's ladies' night. Okay, you come out. Tickets are available at the 6335 app or at the door. But when I tell you, this is a show that you don't want to miss. It's Thursday. We had to postpone it from for a couple of weeks ago because of the weather. And I'm telling you, we are bringing the riot. Bring your riot gear on Thursday. Outside of that, as Haywood said before, Jaya, you're gonna have to wait a second because I'm on a roll. As Haywood said before, we're gonna be in Las Vegas. But Is She Funny presents the 11th through the 13th. We got Alex Scott, Benny Pitts, Tammy T. Love out of Oakland. When I tell you, we got Boom Biggie, who's doing a musical portion of it. Listen, just get your tickets. They're going fast. There aren't many left for each day. I implore you to get your tickets for that. And Jaya,
the show that you got in Richmond on Thursday, because you said it's ladies' night, I just wanted to be clear. It's not only ladies that's invited, right? Men are invited too.
Oh no, definitely. We definitely want to see some XY chromosomes in the space. Listen, you know I only got into comedy for the groupies, so definitely XY chromosomes. I need y'all to come to the building. But I'm just saying, it's gonna be a lot. It's all ladies on the stage. We're taking the platform, but y'all are more than welcome to come.
Well, look,
We on the
as
south
always, beautiful Black people, we love you. Make sure, I think we're gonna take a quick, because we're exhausted, so we're gonna take a little hiatus, and then we're gonna come back, of course, with some more fire programming. Jermaine, thank you so much. We love you. We send forth all the blessings that we could possibly give to you, all the positivity, all the favor. All of it in your life, we send it to you. All the melanin. Oh, I can feel it in my spirit. Praise Beyonce.
Thank you for the melanin.
Thank you, Jaye. I appreciate you, squad. I love you, Patrice. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, stay Black.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Black changes, like we really just wanted to like create a space where we could, discuss Black content.
Hello, can you hear us?
And providers